Welcome to this short film about Moynalty. In this film we hope to inform you about the amenities in Moynalty and give you some information on the history of some of the buildings in our village. About 45 miles from Dublin City, northwest of the map, you will find Moynalty village. We're about 3 miles from Mulla in County Cavan. Behind me you can see the Moynalty Steam Thrashing Museum. Now this building was built in the last decade and it houses the vast collection of antiquities that the thrashing have built over the years. It's a fine building and it's worth a visit. On entering Moynalty village, the credit union buildings are very prominent and are one of the most impressive buildings you'll see in the village. Once a Church of Ireland, the church was deconsecrated in 1993 and the credit union moved in. It's now the credit union offices for Moynalty. The old churchyard, however, ceases to be a cemetery and is now a wildlife sanctuary. Some of the old headstones are there to be read and dates go back to well into the 1700s. There is an apiary in this cemetery as well, set up some years ago by local woman Paula O'Reilly. The bees do very well in this wildlife sanctuary. Standing on the bridge as you look out on the River Barora, you can only be enchanted by the sheer beauty of it. The River Barora is alive with fish, eels, trout and salmon. And as you enter the village, you are greeted by the centuries-old yew trees. It is thought that some of these yew trees could be up to 500 years old. Moynalty has a thriving cycling club. The bus stop can be found outside the Bridge Bar in Moynalty. This old sign has been here for many years. Moynalty Catholic Church was built in 1820. Across the road, on the Kingscourt side, there is a wildlife sanctuary in the wooded area. The Tidy Towns Committee have erected many nest boxes. A box like this is home to birds such as blue tits, great tits, chaffinch, greenfinch, pied flycatcher and many other small birds. The boxes are inspected every winter and cleaned out. And behind the wood, up on a ash tree, you will find a owl box. And this is an insect box. All these boxes were made locally by a committee member. They enhance the habitat for our wildlife. Under the red pedestrian bridge at the tennis court, you will see a bat box. This box was erected by Bat Conservation Ireland in conjunction with the school children in Moynalty. On the Carlinstone Road you'll find Moynalty Gaelic Football Club. In the early 1970s, the local branch of the GAA got together with the Community Council and helped to fundraise to develop a site here in Belair, Moynalty. This field was bought, a pitch was developed and a clubhouse. Moynalty has a good football club these days and fundraising is ongoing. There is also a soccer club over in Castlevilla. Back in the tennis court in Moynalty, we can boast a wonderful amenity for people. A walkway, a tennis club and the river provide great amenities for people from all over Meath, Cavan and Dublin. People travel from far and wide to come here to enjoy Moynalty. The tennis court was built in the 1970s. This house here was once the gate lodge to Moynalty House. It is one of the prettiest houses in the village. The Swiss design is quite remarkable. The Muintir na Tíre came to Moynalty in 1957. A local branch was set up. The plaque over the door here was created by local artist Michael Ryan. to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Winchor in Moynalty. And in the same year, 2007, President McAleese visited Moynalty to celebrate with the local committee. She unveiled a plaque at the doorway to the Moynalty Hall. The surrounding area of the hall is also an amenity. A recycling centre has been in place at the back of the Moynalty Hall for some years now. Bottles, cans and compost can be brought here and recycled in the amenity area. This is the plaque that President McAleese unveiled in 2007. It really was a proud day for us to have her here. Our information centre is situated outside the door of Peter Rogers' butcher shop. And across the road, in Dignan's window, you can see many of the awards handed to Moynalty Tidy Towns over the decades. At the bridge bar you can see the old milestone. This stone dates back centuries, and it harks back to a time when stones like this were the only way of guiding the weary traveller on the road. And under Farrell's shop you will see an impressive map of the parish. Farrell's shop was once the girls' school, but by the 1930s it was no longer a school, as a new school was built on the Muller Road. At Clinton's house, the post office can be found. This house was once the residence of the local midwife, but it now serves as a post office. Across the road from the post office is the village creche, or the village playgroup. It's owned by the Malone family. The fountain is central to this part of the village. It is quite impressive. Moynalty Catholic Church was built in 1820. In the church grounds you can see the old Mass Rock, which came originally from Curratown. This was where the priest would have said Mass during penal times. The coffee shop provides refreshment for everyone. Tea and coffee can be found here, and anything else that you desire. This building gives an opportunity for people to be refreshed. Moynalty Village was built in the 1820s. It is thought that most of the buildings built then were completed around 1826. Moynalty was built all to one side. But by the modern day, of course, we have two sides to our village. The Barora Stores is one of the oldest buildings in the village. It was once a shop indeed, but the rooms over the shop were a boys' school. Closed in the 1930s, it now is a private dwelling. Moynalty has always had two public houses, McCormick's Bar and the Bridge Bar. And at the lower end of the village we have the village store, providing anyone with groceries, newspapers, phone credit and anything else they may need.